Hi, my name is Jay, and I'll be showing you how to load and unload your 35mm film camera. Now here's what you'll need. You'll need a 35mm film camera of your choice, although some instructions might vary depending on your brand. And you'll need 35mm film. As a general rule of thumb, be sure to wear gloves, goggles, and an apron if you do choose to develop your own film. Now for this example, I'll be using the Fujica AX3. Most 35mm film cameras repeat the same process, although some steps may be a little different, depending on your camera. Now if you notice, there's a little strip of film on the end of this. You'll want to take those into account for later. Next, what I'll be doing is I'll be opening the back tray of the film camera. So first I'll go ahead and lift up the tab on the left side and pull up, and pulling up on that tab reveals the door for the film tray. So if you notice to our left, this is where the film goes, and to the right is where we want to put the film at. We'll go ahead and put the little knob on the bottom so it's facing down. We'll go ahead and load the film onto the left side, dropping it in, make sure it's seat snug, and I'll go ahead and lock it in. Now, my next step is I'm going to go ahead and pull this tab right here. What you'll want to do now is take the end of the reel and tuck it into the slits where the film winds. And it might take a couple of tries. As you notice, the film is not reeled all the way in, so what we'll need to do is turn the camera on and go ahead and hit the shutter button a couple of times, winding as needed. Also, if you notice, the film holes are also locking into the gears, as shown here. You'll want to make sure that these are set properly. Now I'm just going to take a couple of exposures here to make sure everything is set and wind the film as necessary. And you can see they're still hooked onto there properly. So we'll go ahead and close the film tray. What we'll want to do is double check that our film is winding properly. Expose, wind again. What we'll want to make sure is that the knob on the left is moving properly. So we'll go ahead and move it forward just a little bit. We'll go ahead and take one more exposure, winding it, and you'll see that the knob on the left moves as well, meaning that this is complete. Now, to unload the film camera, the first thing it'll do is locate the reverse button. Not all cameras will have this button, however, most cameras do have this button, and the one that I have is found on the top right. So the first thing you'll want to do is go ahead and hold this button down. Now, we can go ahead and lift up the film take-up reel lever, and as you notice, there's a small arrow pointing to the right, so we're going to go ahead and wind it to the right. You will feel some tension as the film rewinds, so just be gentle with it. Also, as you notice, on the right side, there's a little dial showing you how many exposures are taken. You can see that dial is going down, showing you the progress of your winding. You're going to want to go all the way down till it reaches 0, or some cameras may say S. As you can see, there's a lot of tension at the end, and the dial is now freely loose. Therefore, the film is completely wound up. Now you'll want to pull up on the dial and pull up on it again in order to open up the film door. Now as you can see, now your film is ready to be removed and developed. You can go ahead and remove your film just as such. And you can go ahead and close the door and push down on the dial. And this completes how to unload a 35mm film camera.